What is up, Knights of X? I hope you guys are itching your way for Grand Arena because we have a 5v5 season up and coming, and it's going to be absolutely crazy. First official set, we're going to have 3 Datacrons for everyone to use, not just the whales and the Krakens. First official, we're 3 Datacrons for everybody. It's going to be very, very difficult and hard, but we're here to talk about the best teams because we have a bunch of new marquee characters, new focus Datacrons. I'm here to guide you in the best direction to get maximum banners on offense and maximum holds on defense. So, if you guys are new here, I like to separate this into 3 separate categories. Best offensive teams, defensive teams, and a category I call Flex, where it's going to include characters and teams that can be used both on offense and defense throughout the entire season. It's a very long season, lots of changes. You can't be stagnant and keep doing the same thing over and over. You got to change it up a bit. So you're going to see a bunch of repeat characters and repeat squads in different sections because of how long the season is, and you got to change it up. It's super important. So we're going to go over all of that today. It's going to be a very fun, interesting season, but want to just throw in my plug-in, guys. If you guys want to support this channel and you want to see me grow, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. We just hit 8,000 last month. I want to see how fast we can get to 10,000. That would be a huge milestone for me, so I would really appreciate it. If you guys look at my analytics, I'll show it on screen here. More than 50% of you are not subscribed, but you are watching. So it takes 2 seconds, guys. If you want to see me grow and you want the algorithm to hit that subscribe button, guys. And let's see if we get this video to 500 likes. That would be a really cool thing. So just want to see if that could be possible. But guys, without further ado, without that out of the way, let's get started with the best 5v5 defensive list and see what I did. Starting out the list for the best 5v5 squads, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, the brand new legendary character and conquest character, the Stranger and Maul Hayfield. Going to be one of the best teams in the game this season, especially with the Focus Datacron at level 15. He's going to be gaining a bunch of different stats. This team is going to be very, very powerful. And will I say it's going to be unbeatable? Absolutely not. I think Lord Vader on offense will walk right over it, but that's a win for your opponent if they're bringing Lord Vader on offense anyway. So definitely the recommended squad is going to be Visa, Smart, and Barris. The hardest part about this is you have to take Barris away from a Rey squad with her level 9 healer Kron. That's going to be the most tricky part this season because we still have to worry about that while also dealing with this. So I'll show you different options for Rey coming forward, but I think the standard squad to match with the Focus Datacron is going to be Visas and Barris. If you don't have Visas and you don't want to use Barris, you could do something like Cal Kestis. He's a very good unaligned force user character that provides buff immunity and ability block for 2 turns if the battle prolongs and he is able to get to his passive. If you want to replace Barris, maybe Mace Windu. He's a very good plug-and-play tank with resilient defense. That could be pretty strong as well. But for the most part, to match the Focus Datacron, this is going to be the best Stranger Maul team. Get ready for it. Next up, we got to talk about Boba Fett and his Focus Datacron with Jabba. I'm telling you, this team got me a hold, I think, 50% of the season, last 5v5 season. It is really strong, arguably better than Jabba-led teams. Jabba with the support crown, don't get me wrong, is extremely strong, but having a 2-turn doubt with Dengar's level 3, Boba's increased defense, it's really, really strong. And a lot of players reached out to me and said, this team alone got me so many wins. Thank you so much. Like, I'm planning on putting it on defense again this season. Obviously, it's not unbeatable, but it's still pretty strong to have. And it could possibly shut down Afra with her new droid because of that doubt in the beginning. We're going to have to see. I don't know for sure, but I am definitely having hope for this team and think it's going to still perform well on defense. Which leads to the next defensive team, Lord Vader Attacker Kron Clones. This thing is absolutely disgusting. Broken. Very, very good in 3v3. I kind of figured it out with Maz Kanata, but in 5v5, it's a little bit different. It's not as easy. 2 go-to counters are going to be, I think, Bane with Count Dooku, and maybe Pirate King Hondo on offense. You're going to see he's not on the defensive list this side. You're going to see later on. I think that Lord Vader is a very annoying character on defense. You know, with the max health damage 3, you can delete teams in 1 AoE. The Attacker Kron is ramping up his stats. He's just a very good character and squad this season. Expect a lot of holds with him on defense. Next up, I'm going to show you 3 different Rey lineups that I'm talking about here because, like I said, we have to change it up. It's not always going to be the same thing over and over. The first one's going to be probably the strongest Rey squad, in my humble opinion. Rey, Ben, Barris Offee, General Kenobi, and 50R-T. And what I mean by strongest, I mean not including Ezra. If you want to include Ezra, that would make it very overpowered, but then you're going to kill Ahsoka Tano. So, Barris with her level 9, very tricky. General Kenobi with his anti-critical hit. Very annoying with Ray. Can't get crit. Her Inspire is going to ramp, and it's going to just build mastery. It's very good. 50R-T is you're going to be your VIP provider, which is going to keep an important weakest character under stealth, whether that's Ben Solo or Barris. Really good unique there to help keep one of those characters alive or untargetable. So if you can't get to Barris right away and she's put under VIP, that could cause some issues if you don't have a high enough AoE damage. And with 100% extra health in the Datacron, it's not going to be as easy. So I really like that team. Now, if you don't want to use Barris with Rey, you want to keep Barris with the Stranger Maul, I'm going to be recommending Luminara with a Healercron with her level 9. This team actually got me some holds last season. Replacing Barris was difficult, but I had to figure out what I wanted to do because I was putting Barris with Stranger, and that team was very, very good. So Luminara with her level 9 punishes out-of-turn attacks. So I really like her as a plug-and-play character here, and it actually got me some holds. It's not going to be as strong as the Barriscron, but it's still a very good defensive team. If you don't have Luminara and you have Jedi Counselor up and running, you can even use Jedi Counselor as the Healercron in his level 9. He's got revives in his Datacron. He's got a whole team AoE immune to heal immunity. It's another plug and play. I'm not including him here, but it's pretty much between Luminara and Jedi Counselor as those extra characters, besides Barris. Now, going even more crazy, you could do a Rey with a support Cron with Ezra Bridger and Cal Kestis. Ezra with a support Cron is a nightmare. Absolute pain in the butt. Requires a very strong over-the-top counter to pull it off, because it's not easy. He's going to be removing your buffs. He has a tenacity up to the start. It's so obnoxious. It really is. So I have to include Ezra with Rey in case you guys don't have Ahsoka, so that's why I'm including it on the list. Next up, Ahsoka with support Cron. That's your way to go. The support Cron can literally shut down Leia's. R2 stealth does absolutely nothing for you because Ezra's going to remove all your buffs. Make sure you include a 25% turn meter Cron, because if you don't, Great Mothers will have a chance of taking out Ezra. So I have to include that. That's probably going to be your best Ahsoka team, is a support Cron with Ezra. If you feel like using Ezra somewhere else with like your Rey, use Ahsoka with the tank Cron with Wat Tambor, and make sure you have tenacity as a stat, because if you don't, it opens up Jedi Knight Revan counter in 5v5. So I want to include that. But Wat with the tank Cron practically shuts down Bo-Katan, Mandalore, and many other cheeky counters. So those are two really good options for you to deal with Ahsoka. Bane walks right over it, but so did Bane walks over a lot of things. That's the thing. Now, next up, Mace Windu Attacker Cron. You guys know the deal. Very freaking strong. Practically transforms the team, because before this, I didn't think he was that good. And I had to eat my words because he caused me so many issues the past couple seasons. Still going to be very good on 5v5 defense. Requires a high Sith character, and even Traya has a hard time if you're going against a very high damage Cron. So it's not a guaranteed win, but Malgus should be walking right over it. Next up, got to include Trench. Trench is going to be more of a filler team. Not going to be teams that's going to be getting crazy holds. But if you're looking for a team just to fill in, that's going to be decent. Require your opponent to use a somewhat decent squad. Trench is going to be your way to go with Wat Tambor. If you don't want to use Wat in there, you could throw in something like Geonosian and Brood Alpha or something like that. But for the most part, Trench, good filler team for 5v5. Next up, Saw Gerrera. Very strong team, very dangerous, and he might see a resurgence a little bit this set, because a lot of people are going to be putting Baylan on defense because of his brand new mercenary Cron that you're going to see a little bit later. So you're going to have to figure out a different counter for Saw Gerrera. Don't underestimate this team. It's really strong. The only reason why I'm not including Captain Rex in this team is because of potential use of Phoenix on offense for a Reva counter. But if you guys do have Captain Rex, I would replace True Imwe with Captain Rex there, and it's going to provide a very good defensive team. Now, one of the best teams in the game, and I want to include this specifically for defense viability. This particular Great Mother squad is very annoying to deal with on defense because of Zombie, Merit in her cleansing, and Death Trooper Pretty is unique with giving them extra max health. It's really annoying. It can cause a timeout. This practically shuts down Malgus. A lot of players in 5v5 like to use Sith Empire against Great Mothers on offense, and this team will cause you a timeout. I guarantee it. It's very, very obnoxious. So get ready for this squad. It's very annoying, but at the same time, they have such a good use on offense. So pick and choose your poison. Next up, getting to a little bit more of the fun stuff with the newer characters. I'm including Yoda and Chewie with his Focus Datacron, with Tarful and the Wookiees. Now, I'm going to take away Zalbar from the Old Republic. If I do see a potential Resistance team on defense with a Focus Datacron, maybe I will consider bringing Zalbar back on offense with Old Republic, because it walks right over it. But if I want another strong defensive viable team with the Omicron turned on, I'm going to include Yoda and Chewie with Zalbar, Clone Wars Chewbacca, and Vandor Chewbacca. If you guys haven't looked at Vandor Chewbacca's unique, he actually, while he's buffed, enemies deal 25% less damage, which is a pretty good amount. That's 1/4 less reduced damage. That's pretty nice against the Yoda Chewie team. We're going to have to see. We have no data on it. I didn't do a lot of testing with it, so we're going to have to see how well it performs. Next up, this team in 3v3 was crazy for me. It was doing nutty things. I got so many holds. I got to hold every single round in 3v3 defense with Sana Jango, Asajj, and Fennec. In 5v5, I'm hoping he can do the same exact thing. Now, you're asking, why isn't Zuckuss on the team? In Asajj's unique, the team gets penalized if there's a dark side bounty hunter tank. So I was like, why am I going to penalize the team if I'm including a tank? So I'm going to be recommending Forlom and Greef Karga as your 5th. He's a very good support character for bounty hunters, and I think he's going to be providing a lot of mass assist, a cleanse, a nice daze on a basic, a health and protection recovery. I think it's a pretty nice squad. This might be very tricky to figure out in the beginning, but hopefully we have the right answers later on. I think it's going to be really, really good. Next up, gotta talk about it. Baylan. Baylan with the Hunter Mercenary Cron and Wrecker Mercenary. It is going to be very good. I remember this team back in the day being extremely annoying to deal with. You practically had to use Kylo to take it out. We're going to have to see this season what we're going to have to do to figure it out, because JML might still have a hard time. But the hardest part about this team is taking away Hunter Mercenary and Wrecker from a Bad Batch squad, because I was doing testing in 5v5, and they're going to be really good on offense this season, no joke. But the most tricky part is balancing. Do I want to use them on Bad Batch, or do I want to use them on Baylan? I think that's why you want to include it on both different teams, that maybe one match you bring it on defense, one match you use it on Bad Batch Crosshair on offense, like that kind of squad. So that's going to be the hardest part. But for most part, Baylan on defense is going to be really good if you have the Hunter Mercenary Cron. Now, this one I was debating with, because Inquisitor Barriss kind of hurts the third sister lead, because she has hatred. She's able to revive twice. With Inquisitor Barriss on the team, she can no longer revive. So you got to be careful with what you do when you bring this squad on defense. The reason why I'm bringing it in is because we don't know how well it's going to perform against certain squads, and maybe it could shut down Phoenix. We're going to have to see. But Inquisitor Barriss is going to be pretty good with her Focus Datacron. The level 3 is really good, because with 9th Sister on the team, you're getting 200% max health and all of these other crazy stats. So we'll have to see how well it performs. I still think 7th Sister is better than 2nd Sister here because of her ability block, her healing. It can be very annoying. So we're going to have to see about this defensive team. But for the most part, it's more of like a feel. I want to try it out. And then the last thing I'm going to recommend, because Luke, I might have underestimated a little bit, but I still think he's going to get walked over by certain squads. But I'm going to recommend initially, without breaking up too many other squads, an Ackbar Omicron team if you have him, and the 5th being Rebel Officer Leia Organa, because you're not taking away from too many teams. We're going to have to see how this performs. Ackbar with Leia and their Omicrons could be a crazy Terminator, crazy damage kind of train, but we're going to have to see. I don't know for sure. I got to do a little bit more testing with Luke and see how well he's going to perform, but yeah, guys, that's going to be the best defensive teams. We're now going to move on to the offensive teams. Next up, best offensive teams. Got to start out with the Galactic Legends of the game. Jedi Master Kenobi cannot be put on defense this season, especially with Baylan and his Mercenary Cron. He's going to get walked over. He really straight up is. But on offense, he can do some pretty good things. I was utilizing him a lot in 5v5 to take out Pirate King Hondo. We're going to have to see how he does actually in 3v3. It was in 3v3 I was using him to take out Pirate King Hondo. We're going to have to see in 5v5. General Kenobi is not here because I was using him with Rey. So I think a good replacement is 5s. If you guys don't want to use 5s, you can use Mace Windu, a very good Galactic Republic tank. But you can't use him on defense. You just straight up can't. He's got too many counters with Inquisitors, Baylan. He used to be one of the best defensive teams in this game. And it's crazy how much they've changed future characters to stop Kenobi or counter Kenobi. It's actually nutty. So, Kenobi, offensive team. Next up, Leia. Too important. She's way too important of an offensive character to be put on defense. Like, she can literally get you out of a pinch, I'm telling you. Wherever I see Ezra, that's where I bring Leia. That's kind of like my mindset. So if I see Ahsoka with Ezra, I'm bringing in Leia. If I see Rey with Ezra, I'm bringing in Leia. And nothing better than the radish and gin cheese. It's just straight up the combo you got to go for. So not much to say about that. Next up, Jedi Master Luke. Not a defensive viable GL, just straight up not. Very in dire need of a lifter unit, especially when Satele Shan comes out. But that's going to be your go-to team. You got Cal Kestis, Luke, Revan, Hermit Yoda. Good for banner recovery, good for controlling the battle. Probably going to be used to take out some Bad Batch squads this season. Hopefully he can still take out Baylan. I got to look at some of my archive footage to see if he can. But most part, always offensive. Now, the one team I'm really excited about this season, because I actually put some investment towards them, and I've been just dumping my signal data to get this team up and running and to get them to a point where I feel like I could take out some Galactic Legends. The new Bad Batch, going to be insane with this level 6. The level 9s are more of a luxury. I've determined I've gotten the Crosshair one on one of my endgame accounts. I have the Hunter one. They both perform very well, even with Bad Batch on the squad. So, we're going to have to see. OG Omega is arguably the better 5th than Batcher. I've determined in certain matchups, it depends on which GL you're going for. Against non-GLs, I think this team is going to be absolutely nutty if you have the Omicrons turned on. But with GLs, the Omicrons are turned off. So I can't imagine non-GL gameplay, what they're going to be like. It's going to be so much fun. So, new Bad Batch is going to be phenomenal this season, I am telling you. Next up, combination pair. Bane and Dooku are the listed combo for the first one because they are my go-to counter for Lord Vader. That stun from Dooku on Apo can be very, very clutch, or on Scorch. It can just really hold them down, get the shock on them. It's very nice to have. A little bit of RNG on the second stun, but for the most part, you guys know the deal. Bane is always an offensive character. If you want to go super overkill, combine Sith Eternal Bane for that maximum guaranteed offensive win. Really good offensive teams. Next up, Sith Empire Malgus. Arguably one of the best offensive teams in this game. He is so important. Going to be crucial for taking out Mace, taking out those Boba focused Datacrons. He is so good. He can take out Reva. Like, Malgus, never going to be non-viable in this game. He is so good. That's going to be my recommended squad for him. Marauder is nice for that extra potency up. If you don't have Marauder, you want to do more of a Terminator control team, throw in Sith Assassin. So, that, for the most part, Malgus always offensive. Next up, Bo-Katan. Offensive team, very strong. I have seen her on defense a little bit with an Attacker-Cron. Can get walked over by Traya. But on offense, in 5v5, great banner recovery. Good at, ignoring taunt, controlling the battle, putting ability blocks with IG-12. It's a very good offensive team. So, definitely great. Looking forward to them this season. Going to be using them a lot. CLS, more of a backup team. He can take out General Skywalker. He can take out a number of other different squads. Like if you see an Afro on defense, hopefully he can still take out Afro with IG-90. But still a very OG character and team of this game. Still viable today. Next up, Night Sisters. I have to include Night Sisters because of all you Night Sister fanatics out there taking out Jabba. This is, they're very good at it. I have been able to get it to work in 3v3 more than I haven't tried it in 5v5, but in 3v3 I've had some great success. So we're gonna have to see. Maybe I gotta do some testing in 5v5, but that's why they're on the list for offense because of the Jabba counter. Now this squad here is specific for countering Reva Inquisitors. Now with that new Inquisitor Cron, we're gonna have to see if it can still be done. But Brood Alpha isn't there to be your pre-taunting tank. All you need is these four. But I have to always include it on the list because taking out Reva with a Phoenix squad is always a good feel. So I have to include them on the list. Next up, IG-90 with Aphra. We're going to have to see. I'm putting her on the offensive team because Aphra has always been a better offensive character. And if I could take out Jabba's with potential maybe IG-90, that would be freaking awesome. We're going to have to see. So definitely looking forward to Aphra this season and seeing what she can do. But all up in the air. I think IG-90 is a phenomenal character. Now, next up, your potential Lord Vader counter for the season. Imperial Troopers with Sith Eternal. The reason Sith Eternal is in here because he shuts down the Lord Vader non-GL clause. So, Troopers with the support cron are over the top insanely strong. I've gotten this to work before. It's so much fun to do. But you have to make sure you have the right Datacron. You got to have the Dark Side speed up on a basic and the wordy Dark Side support cron. That is everything with some good armor pen. But Sith Eternal is here to shut down that GL clause. Do not forget that. This counter will be nice against Lord Vader if you have it up and running. Now, next up, I want to include Maul is more of like a cleanup option, in my humble opinion. He's good at taking out solo Galactic Legends. Can he take out a number of other squads? Possibly, but nothing like top tier. I think Maul as a 5th for an UFU team is going to be your best bet, but I have to include this team as a good cleanup option if you're running low on cleanups. Maul, very good. Now, the last team I want to include is Boba Fett and his Focus Datacron, not with Jabba, just a regular team, and I'm going to be including the 2 Dark Side Bounty Hunter tanks. This is where I'll be using my Zuckuss and my Bossk, leaving my Asajj Ventress right open for the other very good Bounty Hunters. So you have your 2 tanks here, providing a little bit of survivability and durability and security for your other 3 characters. So Bossk and Zuckuss going to be your 2 Dark Side tanks. Very good offensive team. So that's going to be the offensive list. We're not going to get into the fun stuff, the flex team. All right, we're at the finish line, the final lap, the last category, the flex teams. First on the list, Pirate King Hondo Ohnaka. Now, is he good defensively? Absolutely. But he's getting a little bit more counters, a little bit more than usual. So I'm going to be putting him in the flex slot because even on offense, he could take out Lord Vader if you don't have anything up and running and you want a good banner win. So Pirate King Hondo on offense, good for Lord Vader. On defense, is still going to require a decent team or a team with good modding and datacrons. So he is losing his viability because of the loss of the Pirate Cron. He's still strong. Don't get me wrong. He's still a good team, but his counter options are opening up, especially with the new datacron set. So he's going to be seeing a different type of change of viability going into this season. So flex category for Pirate King Hondo. Next up, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Very good offensively, but also can throw a wrench on defense, especially with an attacker cron. He's very, very annoying. His ability to ignore taunt, Darkseid Rey with her lightning and all the shenanigans. It's not an easy team to get through. But for the most part, Kylo, that's going to be your go-to team. Didn't include Crew here because I'm going to be using him with an UFU team with Malicos, but still a very good option. Next up, including a regular Jabba team. Have to do it. Very good. Very good with the support cron. Needs a support cron. That's the only thing I would recommend for him. There is a wordy bounty hunter cron. I don't think it's going to be as good for Jabba. All about that wordy support cron for the time being. Embo is here instead of Boba because of Boba with the focus datacron. Skip Guard Lando. Boushh Leia. Very good defensively. Just opens up a little bit to Night Sisters if we don't want to lose Jabba against Night Sisters. It's not a thing. Next up, Darth Vader's Duel's End, and he's going to be a flex one because we don't know how good he's going to be on defense viability, especially against Rogue One, but with maybe those bonus turns with his Focus Datacron, we could be a little surprised. So I think your best bet is going to be for this season, Palpatine, Mara Jade, Vader, Tarkin, and Royal Guard. The reason why I'm not including Piet here is because I want Piet with my Imperial Troopers to take out Lord Vader. But this team could be nasty, absolutely nasty on defense, and especially nasty on offense. I promise you. I have all the Omicrons applied. He's got 2 fractures. He's got an AoE team hatred against non-galactic legends, so I can't imagine what that's going to be like. The only thing I'm worried about is Raddus walking over Empire squads. That's the only thing I'm worried about, so that's why I'm putting Darth Vader Duel's End in the flex instead of just strictly the defense. We're going to have to see. I'll be doing a bunch of testing to figure out his viability, but yeah, that's the only reason why. Now, next up, DTMG. She's got a Datacron, a very good one, probably the best one of the set. It's a repeat from a couple of sets ago, maybe over a year ago or something like that, maybe 2 years ago. He's got that massive volley ability where he's going to be doing massive, massive damage on his AoE. It is really good to manipulate on offense. He was doing crazy things in the past. It was eventually nerfed, so it's not as strong as it was, but it is still a very good level 9, especially with the level 6, the Wordy Imperial Remnant 6. They could be doing some crazy, crazy damage. So I'm including Enoch here with Death Trooper. It's the best split for your Peridia units because you can use the other ones for your Grey Mother squad. So DTMG with Scout, Moff Gideon, Death Trooper is going to be your best 5v5 team for DTMG. Next up, gotta include Pirates. Maz Kanata with Ethano Quiggled Kicks and SM33. I think SM33's best use is with Maz Kanata in 5v5. Hondo, Pirate King Hondo Onaka, for the most part, the other characters I showed are going to be really good for him. But SM33 on offense and defense can hit like a Mack truck. Like, I have a video of him one-tapping Lord Vader. Don't think that's going to happen in 5v5 because of Scorch. Not going to be as easy. But they can take out other Sith squads. So if you see Malgus on defense, you see Traya on defense, going to absolutely annihilate them. But it could also take out a number of other squads that might not even be Sith. So, very good team, both offensive and defensively. Especially on defense, if you have a Terminator, if you don't have a Night Sister team that can outrun Maz Kanata, you're in for a long night. And with a light side Terminator, which they keep including every freaking set, it's very hard to get out ahead against the light side teams. Now, next up, combination pair again. This one is going to be a test. I think Inquisitor Barriss' main purpose in 5v5 is going to be with Ufus. That's my personal opinion. I don't like her that she's killing the revive off of your allies. I'm not a fan of it, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. I'm planning on using her with the Ufu team, with Malicos, Maul, and Cal, and including her because she's got a good cleanse. She's got critical damage, siphoning. She's got a pretty good kit. I am a fan of Inquisitor Barriss. So I will be trying her in 5v5 with the Ufu team. But if I want to use them against Pirate King Hondo for a certain counter, the one I'm listing here is your specific Pirate King Hondo counter. It's with Crew in the lineup. So, Crew is going to be a very important tank for you. Maul, big damage dealer. Cal, your survivability aspect with your protection up and the health. Malicos, how can you not love Malicos? Raining rocks in the entire enemy team. That was my specific Pirate King Hondo counter this season, or last season. Now, I might change it up and put him on defense, because if I can get Bad Batch to work against Hondo, and like I said, a very strong Ufu team on defense, that's a win for me. So that's something I'm going to test out and try to see if I can pull off. But that's going to be your two combination pair. Great Mothers. Got to talk about them. One of my favorite teams in this game. Getting a spike this season. Getting a boost because of the Night Trooper level 9. And there's 2 Imperial Remnant characters on this team. So 2 of them are going to be getting boosts. The wordy one is going to be nice. If you don't get the wordy one, you get the irresistible stun. That's pretty nice to have. The only problem, like I said earlier, is that if you want to try to face Ahsoka teams, if they have the 25% Terminator, it's going to be very hard to outrun them. Extremely hard. We do have a dark side Terminator on a special that might help Great Mothers, which she does her bonus turns. That I don't know if that counts as a special ability. I have to test that. Might get Great Mothers out ahead, but I don't think it's going to help Morgan get out ahead. That's the toughest part. But for the most part, no matter what, they're going to be a very good team with the Night Trooper level 9 and the wordy Imperial Remnant 6. Now, Queen Amidala. How can you not love this team? For the most part, I'll be using Queen Amidala on offense to take out Ray squads. And I think the support Kron is very nice against certain characters, but the attacker Kron is even more powerful. Now, keep in mind, I got a lot of comments about this in my videos from last season, that Ray's Whirlwind was one-shotting Queen Amidala's decoy. It's about the relic levels. If you have a Relic 7 Queen Amidala and you're facing a Relic 10 Ray, her massive damage on her Whirlwind is going to one-shot your decoy. So the extra relic levels on your Queen Amidala might be nice. I'm highly considering putting her to Relic 10 for this reason. I'm holding off on it, but I'm really debating it. We're going to have to see. But Queen Amidala, so good on offense and pretty annoying on defense. So get ready for that team. Next up, Inquisitors with a Healer Kron. Very tough. If you don't have anti-revive, it's going to be a pain. So if you're going to bring in Malgus, get ready for a potential timeout. If you have Ufus, that's going to be your way to go. That is going to stop them from reviving. But it's still an annoying team. Have to talk about it because Seven Sister is very obnoxious with her heals and her revives from the Kron. So very annoying team. And also pretty good on offense. This could be very good for taking out Saw Gerrera and another number of different squads. So very good. Next up, Traya. Very good on defense. If your opponent does end up bringing Maz Kanata in defense and they don't have a good counter for Traya, they're more than likely going to use Sith Eternal solo, which is a win for you. But Traya, still very good. Nihilus does have a focus Datacron. I recommend keeping that Datacron with Leia instead because of R2. But very good team. Can't go wrong with it. Now, Gungans. Gungans with an Attackacron are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I was able to successfully take out Jabba's last season with them. got a little dicey with certain high health crons a little bit, so it wasn't always a guaranteed win. I sometimes got stuck on Jabba, but very good, very strong, especially on defense with a attacker cron, specifically attacker cron. They are no freaking joke. Keep your eye out on Gungans this season, seriously. Now, General Skywalker, gotta talk about him with his Rex's Focus Datacron. It has been nerfed. It has been nerfed. We're gonna have to see if it could still take out Pirate King Hondo Ohnaka. I don't know for sure. I haven't tested it. I did run it a couple times last season, but it is completely different than what it was then. So we're gonna have to see. Very good Focus Datacron, very good team. On defense, Sith Eternal will probably walk right over it, but the problem with Gas is the banner recovery. That is the most difficult part about General Skywalker with offense, but he can get you out of a pinch. That's the most important part. Next up, gotta talk about Poe, the Focus Datacron with the Resistance team. This is what my main use was for using my Old Republic Zalbar team, but they're very good. Giving a start of an AoE fear to the enemy team gets their Terminator train rolling. If you have both Omicrons on Zori and Rose, it's even more challenging. So get ready for this team to be very annoying if you don't have the right counters. It still is getting hold today in Kyber 1, but at the same time on offense, you can do some crazy things with Terminator manipulation, hitting those exposes. You are in control of the battle when using this team on offense, so very good. And the last team I'm going to recommend, a filler team, is going to be General Grievous with Stap. We do have a droid Datacron set that many people are ignoring because it wasn't that good, but there is a target lock level 6 that will help Grievous get that Terminator train rolling. So you guys might be underestimating Grievous this season because him with Stap Omicron and the Droid 6 could run into Terminator trains that we aren't aware of yet. So get ready for it. And on defense, if you're going to use your Dark Trooper Moff Gideon on Grievous with his Datacron, that's a waste for you. So guys, that is going to wrap up the video for best 5v5 squads for the month of February and March and the up-and-coming season. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with my squads? Do you have any questions? Do you have squads that you recommend? I'm very open to that in the comment section. So guys, if you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to become a Knight of X. And I'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you all. Peace.